Hi and welcome to the characteristics and skills of motivating instructors, the 5 pillars. Most of us have had at least one instructor that helped us genuinely want to learn. Consider what learning was like with that individual. Every one of us has the potential to be such an instructor to other adults. This video will present the core characteristics that can be learned, controlled, and planned by anyone who instructs adults and aspires to be a motivating instructor. Pillar number 1 is expertise, the power of knowledge and preparation. As instructors, our expertise is our personal knowledge or skill about what we teach. 3 criteria demonstrate the depth of our expertise. We know our subject matter well. We know how to make our knowledge and skills beneficial for adults. We are prepared to build on this knowledge with adults through the instructional process. Knowing our subject matter well enhances our confidence, flexibility, and creativity as instructors. We can be open to questions and new directions that may come from our learners. We can be playful with the concept or skill we have mastered, and spontaneity is possible. Adults value learning as a way to solve a problem, build new skills, advance in their jobs, or make friends. Considering how our expertise fits with the learner's perspectives and prior knowledge builds our confidence that we have something of value to offer them. Any significant achievement requires readiness. Being well prepared for instruction calls for a relaxed familiarity with our material. This allows learners to be participants who can engage with us in an authentic give and take, making everyone feel like they are a part of a single learning process. Pillar number 2 is empathy, the power of understanding and compassion. Instructors of adults face the challenge of seeing the learner's world and what they want from it from the learner's perspective. When we are empathetic, we continuously consider the learner's goals, perspectives, and expectations for what is being learned, and we adapt our instruction to the learner's levels of expertise and skill development. The learning objectives we take into the classroom are our vision of what we wish to accomplish, but the learners have their own vision and goals. When you make an effort to understand your learner's goals, perspectives, and expectations, you can provide instruction that truly matters to them. Taking time at the beginning of the course to review course objectives and course requirements while acknowledging the learner's personal goals shows our respect for them and their experience and perspectives. This is also a chance to assure adults they will have opportunities to demonstrate their capabilities within the time constraints of the course, since concerns about time are a major obstacle to participation in adult education. Part of being an empathetic instructor is giving learners things to do that are somewhat challenging, but within their capabilities and experience. Scaffolding is an excellent method for adapting instruction to learners' level of knowledge, skill, and experience. This can be done by breaking down complex learning into smaller steps with concrete examples and learning aids such as clues, models, reminders, prompts, and cues. Pillar number 3 is enthusiasm, the power of commitment and expressiveness. Enthusiastic instructors are people who care about and value their subject matter. Emotion, energy, and expressiveness are outwardly visible in their instruction. Enthusiastic instruction has a powerful influence on learner motivation. The pillar of enthusiasm has 2 basic criteria. We value what we teach for ourselves, as well as the learners, and we display our commitment with appropriate degrees of emotion and expressiveness. Our own interest in our subject and how our teaching impacts the novice learner are sure indicators that we value it. Specializing in an area of our subject signals we have discovered something out of the ordinary to share with our learners. Enthusiasm is infectious. Emotional involvement, dramatization, and showing interest are ways to display our enthusiasm. Indicators of our enthusiasm include voice modulation, speaking with variation in tone, pitch, volume, and speed, gesturing with arms and hands, working the room, moving about the room to illustrate points and respond to questions while displaying energy and vitality, and using facial expressions as appropriate. Pillar number 4 is clarity, the power of organization and language. Instructional clarity is teaching something in a manner that is easy for learners to understand and that is organized so that they can smoothly follow and participate in the intended lesson or program. To establish and develop instructional clarity, consider these 2 performance guidelines. We plan and conduct instruction so that all learners can follow and understand. And we provide a way for learners to comprehend what has been taught if it is not initially clear. Effective organization and clear language are essential when planning and delivering instruction that is easy to follow. An example of good organization might be a syllabus that communicates learning objectives, schedules, and expectations for communication or participation. Similarly, clear language supports comprehension and is especially useful for second language learners. Ways to use clear language may be using transitions such as if, then, because, therefore, or the next step is, that tie ideas together, and clarifying jargon or unfamiliar acronyms and vocabulary. It's also helpful to provide opportunities for learners to get clarity on confusing or difficult concepts. You can support this by scheduling office hours for personal help and taking a few minutes at the end of the session to ask students to identify the most important concepts and those ideas and skills that remain unclear. Pillar number 5 is cultural responsiveness, the power of respect and social responsibility. Culturally responsive instructors teach in ways that respect the value of diversity. From this perspective, cultural differences are assets to be developed within a respectful and caring community of learners. In an inclusive learning environment, learners are more likely to participate openly because they know that the sharing of ideas is valued and respected. Strategies for creating a safe, inclusive, and respectful environment include modeling behavior that supports different viewpoints to achieve shared understanding and a clearer path for communication, considering how qualities of identity, such as race, class, and gender of instructors and learners, can affect the learning process, and establishing guidelines for participation that give everyone opportunities to express themselves. This video examined the 5 core characteristics of a motivating instructor: expertise, empathy, enthusiasm, clarity, and cultural responsiveness. There are 5 necessary, interdependent, and vital building blocks for maximum influence on the motivation and learning of all adults.